Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco. It's time to take a look at one of these new Keyforge Age of Ascension decks. This is the first deck review I will make for these and many more to come. So let's just get started with the first one. Let's take a look at, oh sorry Draco, let's take a look at the new cards in this set. So, I'm going to open this up, and this hasn't been released yet. It's coming 30th of May here. So I got some early here, and thank you to Asmodee Nordic for providing them, and I should also mention that the videos that I'm posting now are approved by Asmodee Nordic, so don't worry about it. So, we got into the deck here. It was a bit harder to open than usual, but we have the Empathic Mountain Exolinguist. That's kind of cool. I like the picture as well, it looks cool. And I'm so happy to see logos, because I haven't seen any new logos cards yet, so that's going to be exciting. So here we go. Are you ready? Here we go. We start with Mars Extinction. It's an action card. I should mention that these are in a different order than the old set. So they don't come in like, creatures and then actions. They come in rarity. So we start with a rare one. Extinction. Choose an action. Choose a creature. It's an action. Play. Choose a creature. Destroy that creature, and each creature that shares a trait with it gain one chain. Oh, so it's sort of board wipey. This is really good against something like, bunch of big Brobna creatures. They are all giants maybe, or some Sanctum Knights. They're all knights. So then you can kill off everyone using that trait. Then we have the Red Planet Ray Gun. I am going to sort of skip a bit over these old ones, but this is an upgrade. Free Amber. This creature gains a Reap. Choose a creature, deal 1 damage to that creature for each Mars creature in play. Mothership Support, old one as well. Free Amber. Play for each friendly ready Mars creature, deal 2 damage to a creature. Then we have, Sissy66. Wow. Whoever came up with this name for Mars, that guy or girl obviously likes Ys. Ys and X's, yeah. Okay, Shockworm. I'm just going to call him Shockworm from now on. 3 power, 1 armor. He is a Martian soldier. After an enemy creature reaps, stun it. That is just an amazing passive ability. So you can, if you have this one out, your opponent doesn't want to reap, because then he would just stun his whole, that's so cool. Vesima Think Drone, old classic, 3 power, reap. You may archive a friendly creature or artifact from play. Tyxil Beambuckler, 4 power, 1 armor. I like that they have some armor in Mars as well. Play, deal 2 damage to a creature and move it to either of the flanks of its controller's battle line. That's kind of interesting, because I think there's a lot more effects now in the new set that evolves, like is there on flank, is it in the middle. This is really cool. Pretty strong creature as well for being Mars. 4 power, 1 armor. And another one. Nice. So we can move people around a bit. And a third one. Oh, I do like to have many of the same in games, usually in decks. Usually it's good. Okay, Mars needs Amber. Free Amber. Play each damaged enemy non-Mars creature captures 1 Amber from their own side. So each damaged enemy that is not a Mars captures 1 from its own side. That's pretty good. Especially if you're not playing against Mars, obviously. Mars First. Both of these names, Mars needs Amber and Mars First, sounds a bit like some precedent out there. Kind of funny. So, free Amber, play. Ready and use a friendly Mars creature. That's good. Ready and use. It's like, it's an inspiration, basically, from Sanctum. So, that's good to have that in Mars. Especially since a lot of Mars, or at least it used to be. The interesting thing when I do these reviews now is that they are probably not on point, because I don't know how these will work together. But that's interesting as well. That's funny to find out later on. Because I was going to say that a lot of the Martians have effects like, for every ready, friendly Martian, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, that might not be the case anymore. Maybe that's not a big thing. But if it is, this is really good. Because then you can ready use a friendly Mars creature. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Collector Worm. 2. Oh, this is interesting. 2 power. But he has 5 armor in Mars. That's so cool. Fight. Archive the creature Collector Worm fights. If that creature leaves your archives, put it in its owner's hand instead. So this is like the Zookeeper, sort of. But this guy, it's like the Zookeeper basically, but sort of worse, because the Zookeeper, you reap with him, you get an Ember, and then you archive whoever you want. This guy, you have to fight them, and he has to, survive for this to trigger, so, yeah. And 2 of those, cool. And that was Mars, so 3 old cards and 9 new cards, and yeah, I mean, these are cool. Let's sort these, like these are the actions, here's the creatures. So only new, well, this guy as well. And some free amber, so what, 4 free amber. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. Yeah, do you like this? This upgrade, I'm not a big fan of this one. Because it's 1 damage to that creature for each marsh creature in play. It's good, well, of course, it's good if you're playing against a marsh player. Then, yeah. But okay, that was Marsh. Do you like it so far? Then again, really hard to tell before I have played it. Then we start the logos with an old classic replicator. 2 power reap. Trigger the reap effect of another creature in play as if you control that creature. Did we have any reap effects here at all? Oh, we do have the think drone. That's the only reap effect so far. Then we have a new one. Fila the Researcher. 1 power, elusive. Human scientist. And let's see. After a creature is played adjacent to Fila the Researcher, draw a card. Ooh. That's pretty cool. It's not going to happen that many times, but if you can play her, if you have a empty board, you can play her and then you can play 2 creatures next to her, then you get to draw 2 cards. So, alright, new action here. Free Amber, Eureka. And this is an alpha card, which means that you have to play it the first thing you do in your turn. Play, gain 2 Amber, archive 2 random cards from your hand. That's kind of risky. I mean, basically, so okay, so you play it, you gain 2 Amber plus the free ones, that's 3 Amber. But then you have to archive 2 random cards from your hand. There might be cards that you want to play, that's why it's alpha, of course. This is a fun card, though. I do like it. And it has the text here, 15 years, 40 million UX credits, and 3% improvement on the real duck. Wow, so he improved a duck. There's a lot of theme in these as well, you know, even if it's only cards. So yeah, that's a cool one. Then we have, well, 6 Researcher, 2 power, play, archive the top card of your deck or the top card of your discard pile. Oh, this is the first time, because it's interesting. In the rules, in the PDF rules for the basic game, for the first set, it says that you cannot shuffle your discard pile. If you discard cards, they have to go in that order that they were discarded. And I've been thinking about that because that doesn't mean anything in the first set. It doesn't matter. There's no cards that affect the order of the discard pile. This one does, though. So they were planning for the future, of course. So this means that you have to, well, you always have them in order. But anyway, so the top card of your discard pile, you can fix this interestingly. You could play something like, I don't know, maybe you play this one. It goes to your discard pile. And then you play this guy, and you archive the top card of your discard pile, which is this one, so you can play it the next turn around, you know, again. So, yeah. Titan Librarian, 4 power, Cyborg Scientist. At the end of your turn, if Titan Librarian is not on a flank, archive a card. Oh, that's cool as well. So I see your combo right away. So you have these in hand, you play this one maybe. You play this one that wants to be in the middle. Then you play this guy here, then you get to draw a card because of her. And you get to archive this. And then you play the Titan Librarian. But then you need to make sure that he's not on a flank at the end. Because then you can archive something. Wow. This is fun. Fun new mechanisms in this game. Then we have standardized testing. So play, destroy each creature with the lowest power. And each creature with the highest power. Oh. So that's interesting. Especially if you, I mean, you can, this is really situational, but you can use this at the right time where this will affect your opponent. So if you have like 3s and 4s, but he has a 2 and a 6, then those are going to be destroyed, not yours. Really cool stuff. Then we have another one of those, nice. And we have Pip Pip, which is a new one, 2 power. After an enemy creature reaps, stun it. Oh, so this is the same. This is exactly the same as the Shock Worm. But this one is a bit weaker. This is 3 power, 1 armor. This is just 2 power. But we have them in the same deck, so that, you know, we have one of them out. They might be killed. Then we put this one out. It's really going to stop our opponent from reaping. I really like that. Library of Babel, classic artifact, action, draw a card. Then we have Hex Pion, 2 power. He's an AI. That's a new trait, I think, as well. Destroyed, archive Hexipon and the top card of your deck. So a lot of archiving in this deck. That's interesting. So basically when he dies, he just goes into the archive, so he keeps coming back all the time, and then you keep archiving other stuff as well. Igor, 2-power cyborg. Play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand and discard the others. This is sort of a classic, I think, in a card game, classic effect. But it hasn't been around in Keyforge until now. I mean, drawing 3 cards, choose 1 to your hand, discard the others, that's interesting. Also, again, this combos here. So you play this guy, you look at 3, you take 1 into your hand, you discard the other ones, then you want to discard them in the correct order, because you can play this guy and archive the top card of your discard pile. Wow, so many interesting combos here. Then we have Binate Rupture Alpha, so you have to play this before doing anything else in this step, as it says in the text here. That was a fun way to put it. You can only play this card before doing anything else in this step. I was gonna say, like, this has to be the first card you play in your turn or something like that. Anyway, each player gains amber equal to the amber in their pool. That's cool as well. You just double both players' amber. So once again, you have to play this at the right time. And it's an alpha card. How does that affect it? I mean, you play, let's say you have 4 amber, your opponent has 1. So you're up to 8, he's up to 2. Then you play your turn. I don't know. I mean, really cool stuff. Then there was the logos. So let's go through it a bit. So these cool one. I mean, drawing cards. Here's like a sort of board wipey thingy where you can control this. This could be a board wipe if your opponent has like a few 3s and a few 4s, then everybody dies because there's nobody in the middle. So Eureka was cool. You gain 3 amber, archive 2 random cards from your hand. Igor, the librarian. This guy is cool as well. Destroyed. He archives himself and the top card of your deck. And stunning enemy creatures when they reap. Yeah, let's see. Do we have any reap effects here that the replicator can copy? I don't think so. But then again, he can trigger the reap effect of your opponent's creatures as well, so you don't have to have it in your own deck. But that was a cool logos for sure. I'm so happy to be able to check out these new logos cards. Then we go to this, and we start with the Soul Snatcher artifact. It's each time a creature is destroyed, it only gains 1. This is an old classic one. Like it in some cases, I don't know. Here, how many creatures did we have here? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here we had, so that's 9, 10, 12, 14 now. And we do have a lot of small creatures, so they might die, and then we get amber for them. Scullion is a new guy. He has 7 power, 2 armor, but when you play him, you have to sacrifice a friendly creature. So he's a perfect card to play when you don't, as a first card when you don't have any creatures out, because you do as much as you can on the card, right? But I mean, it's just really strong for being this. Pain Reaction. Okay, 3 amber. Play, deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. If this damage destroys that creature, deal 2 damage to each of that creature's neighbors. Okay, so it's like it has these, splash damage over, but only if it destroys the one you're targeting first. But it's I like direct damage, and it has a free amber, so. Tesmal, this is new as well. 2 power. He's an imp. Let's see, elusive. And he has reap. Choose a house. Your opponent cannot choose that house as their active house on their next turn. Oh, so he is sort of a new, iteration of Restringuntus and Control the Weak, but, well, like Restringuntus mostly, but he can change. So as long as he's out, you can reap, and you can say you cannot choose that house. And then next time he can reap, and you can choose another house. That's cool, but he's really weak, though. You need to protect him somehow. Then we have Streaky, 2 power, imp, elusive. While Streaky is not on a flank, your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during the draw card step. Okay, so this is a succubus that cannot be on the flank. They're really cool with these new mechanisms here. So again, very weak, only 2 power, but he's elusive. And we gotta make sure that he's not on the flank. Yeah, I like it. And 2 of those, so you know, you can have 2 of those out in the middle. Oh, this is an awesome card here. Free Amber, not finished with you. Play, shuffle any number of creatures from your discard pile into your deck. This is like an Arise, but you don't take any chains. And they don't go to your hand, they go to your deck. But I mean, at the end of when you're about to shuffle soon, this is awesome. Really good. Misery Exploit. Play, gain 1 amber for each damaged enemy creature. So this is not bad. Could go well together maybe with this one. You can, you know, kill one guy, deal some damage to his neighbors. Play this one, gain some amber. And there's 2 of those, so could be a bunch of amber in some cases. And I like that this is sort of like the healing way, right, from Sanctum, but this doesn't heal your enemies. It just gives you the amber, so that's better. And Call the Weak, free amber, play, destroy the least powerful enemy creature. Well, sometimes that's really good, because maybe the least powerful is the most annoying one that you really want to get rid of. So, yeah, good stuff. Banish, free amber, play, put an enemy creature into your opponent's archives. Oh. That's kind of weird. So, but you know, this would be good against this deck, basically. If your opponent has this one, that's going to be annoying because I use the Collector Worms to archive my enemies into my archive. I never want to pick up my archive. Oh, by the way, that's a big anti-synergy in this deck, I just realized. These Collector Worms, you take the enemies, right? But there's a bunch of archiving in logos. So that's some anti-synergy there, but yeah. Maybe we can work around that somehow, and maybe, you know, that's not that great. Okay, but anyway, Banish seems kind of weird, but maybe there's ways to use it good. And finally, the Ember Imp. Not the Ember Imp, this is the Amber Imp. 2 power, Imp, elusive. After a creature reaps, stun it. Wow! So we have that exact same effect. I don't know if that's a good thing, because it's like, it doesn't stack, if you know what I mean. It's not like they can be stunned twice. So all of these 3 cards do the same thing. And the Mars one is of course the best one because he has 3 power, 1 armor. The other ones are 2s. This is an elusive though, so this is the worst guy. But I mean, as long as you have one of these out, your opponent don't really want to reap. So, wow. Okay, it's really cool with these new cards, and I guess most of you that watch now, you are here to see the new cards. So I don't think you mind that much that I can't really do that, you know, good of a review or like an, you know, judge the strength of the deck in this stage, because that's really hard since I haven't played these. And you know, you can go check out my playthroughs as well for the Age of Ascension. And let's see, I'm just gonna sort these out. So here's the creature. I just want to see how many there were. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 creatures. That's not a bad count. And we did have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 amber, just free amber. And then we, you know, pretty cool deck. Really excited to try this one out. And as I said, you can click the little eye up here to go straight to my playthrough for Age of Ascension, where you can find both both playthroughs, more to come as well. And you can also find my unboxing of the starter set, the new starter set. You want to check that out as well. And before we end the video, I do want to mention that my Kickstarter for the channel is up and running. Go check it out. And you know, if you like what I'm doing here on YouTube, if you like my videos, please consider supporting the channel by backing the Kickstarter. Even small backings helps out with just, you know, getting better equipment, and also going to Essence Spiel, where I of course will check out the Fantasy Flight you know, booth and check out what's new for Keyforge, you know, in October. So click the link up there to go straight to the Kickstarter page. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, morning, or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye bye.
Do you want to keep this little dragon this happy all day long? Then like the video. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.